Boom. And we are live. Welcome back to Calling All Marks.
Alright, now we'll be back to that live spiel thing.
Live. We are live, baby. Pauses. Where's settings?
Should be something
Live. Should be this, no? We are live, baby.
trying to avoid that.
Remove ads. Pauses. Should be this, no? We are live, baby.
Trying to avoid that.
Remove ads. Alright, let's see if this works. I think it did. This works.
Oh, now I can see the screen.
You can see the stream. I think it did.
That will be it.
Sweet.
Nice.
You can see the stream. I think it did. Sweet.
Nice.
All right. So now this is the test stream. Pretty cool. Start virtual camera. Stop virtual. I don't know what that means. All right. So now this is the test stream.
What?
Start virtual. Hello. So do we want to end it and then start it again, or you want to just go? All right. Let's just fucking go. Let's go. Welcome back to Calling All Marks. I'm your host, Justin Draven, alongside my partner, Tod Jackson. It was just playing the intro. I heard it. So do we want to end it and then... Well, it looks like we got an intro for you too, folks. Let's see if it'll play. Just fucking go. Let's see if it'll play.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, before you, we have the greatest show of all time. We have a man that in his own modest way can tell you...
I don't like it. I'm just telling you the truth.
You like it?
No! Listen to my fucking ranting. Listen to what you do to me. I don't believe you anymore.
Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in.
Hosted by this guy that ran with every woman that would have him from the time he was 15. You like it? Yeah. You want one?
And 90,000 people watching. In my moment of glory. Yeah, no, I'm living in a nightmare.
I don't believe you anymore.
Unjustifiably in a position
You think we ought to smoke? You
90,000 people watching. In my moment of glory. Yeah, no, I'm living in a nightmare.
I don't need you anymore. We wanna fuck. You suck my dick.
Oh, we got a lot of feedback. Dublin.
Yeah. 90,000 people watching. In my moment of glory. Yeah, no, I'm living in a nightmare.
I don't need you anymore. We wanna fuck. You suck my dick.
Oh, we got a lot of feedback. Dublin. All right, well, that was a failure. It's just gonna keep playing. Did you leave?
Yeah, but different screen.
What the hell? Well, I can see you that way, but for some reason your camera's down.
Yeah,
That was a failure.
because I had two video ninjas,
Yeah. It's just
and
gonna
when I
keep
shut the old one off
playing.
and got rid of it,
Did you leave?
yeah, no sense.
Do I have to send you a link again? What the hell? Well, I can see you that way, but for some Click the first link that I sent you.
Yeah, because I had two video ninjas,
Yeah.
and when I shut the old one off and got rid of it,
Do I have to send you a link again? Because you're co-director. Sorry, folks. We're still figuring it out. There you are.
Yes, sir.
Oh, here you crisp and clear. Uh-oh. Why can't I see you? Oh, I gotta put that link in again, don't I? Because you're co-director.
Maybe.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, folks. We're still figuring it out. There you are.
Yes, sir.
Oh, here you crisp and clear. Uh-oh. Why can't I see you? I think we're gonna get this. Once we're more efficient at this, it'll look a lot better. Boom.
Maybe.
Back on camera.
There we go.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So, this is the Calling All Marks segment where we talk about wrestling and such and things that are going on in the worldwide of wrestling and worldwide world of wrestling. Boom.
Maybe.
So, I'm going to kick things off
There we
with
go.
a little bit of business that kind of upset me. So, this is the Calling All Marks segment. I was scrolling on Facebook earlier today,
Mm-hmm.
and I come across someone posting something about Dustin Rhodes that Dustin Rhodes tweeted. I'm going to kick things off when he was on Twitter earlier, or X.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to read the tweet. So it says, I don't know if you, I think you can see it on the screen here. I was scrolling. I'm sure you can. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
And I come across someone posting something about. All right, so you guys can see it now on the screen. Dustin Rhodes tweeted. Dustin Rhodes says, just a fun question for y'all, nothing serious. In my 38 years of wrestling, would you put me between 1 and 500? Do I even make the list? Don't worry, I have thick skin. If you guys don't think so, that's fine. So, as I see this on Facebook, I'm like, well, I'm going to go sign into Twitter and I'm going to tell them how I feel because Dustin Rhodes has been one of my favorites for a very long time. For a very long time, since I was a kid. I mean, I was only exposed to him as Goldust at first, but still, he was one of my favorites. So, don't worry. What I do is I take a picture of it and I post. I just found out Dustin Rhodes blocked me. I'm legit bummed and confused. I don't think I've ever even interacted with him, not directly, or I've said anything bad about him. He's legit one of my all-time faves. I was trying to give my rating after seeing this post on Facebook, and I posted the picture, the one that I originally saw.
Mm-hmm.
I go on to add, I log on to X, and I see that I'm blocked. So much for the thick skin now.
Sensitive.
Very sensitive.
Very
but I gave him a
sensitive.
rating anyway,
Yeah.
and I think I was fair. I said, in fairness, you're definitely in the top 50 of all time
Hmm.
because there's a lot of wrestlers that would be on a list of like
Hmm.
1 in 100. He would definitely be top.
Absolutely.
Me personally, I would put him in my top 20 because I can't put him in my top 10 because I have a lot more wrestlers between
Sensitive.
legends and current wrestlers that I like
Very
better in the top
sensitive.
10.
Hmm. Yeah.
But he's definitely a top 20 for sure. And I did say anything higher would just be ball washing him because he's never really been the guy, but he's always been a consistent, solid player.
You can't have memories of the Attitude Era and not remember Goldust.
And not remember not at all. He was a major part. When he did the backlot brawl with Roddy Piper, one of my other all-time favorites, who I place probably in my top 10, maybe even top 5. He was in that match with
You
Goldust, with
can't
Dustin Rhodes.
have
And then again,
memories of
so
the
then
Attitude Era
I hit up Cody
and
Rhodes.
not remember Goldust.
Let's see if I can find that now. I said, hey, Cody Rhodes, can you find out what I did to get blocked? Because I don't know. I truly don't know. No, 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 no. I sent him a picture of the Dustin Rhodes thing, and I basically quoted that big long tweet that I did the first time. Because that kind of pisses me off. I don't even know. I've never said something bad about Dustin Rhodes, especially on Twitter. So if he's either riding for AEW and being like a good little freaking office boy, you know what I mean, doing what Tony Khan tells him, and just blocking anyone who doesn't agree with AEW because I've been critical of AEW in the past. Right. But I've never said anything, and if I have, maybe I was trying to be funny and he didn't take it that way, so I would apologize because I don't want to be blocked by him. But if I have to be blocked, so be it. I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. Do you think that Dustin Rhodes was overreacting for just blocking me without ever interacting at all? But I've never said anything, and if I have no idea. Why would he? Thick skin. Thick skin. You can't put him in the top 500, but God forbid, say some random shit to him on Twitter one day. See what he does. Oh, they're all over it. I got called out by Mercedes Moné once, I'm pretty sure. On YouTube. Let's see if I can find that. Let's go, chat. Let's see if I can find that video. Oh, maybe I might not be able to because I'm streaming. I might be able to play something. I did a video a ways back where I'm pretty sure she tried to call me out in the comments under a burner account. I'm gonna see if I can find it for everybody. I might be able to play something. Do you have anything to talk about with wrestling while I find this video, Todd? Where I'm pretty sure she tried to call me out in the comments under a burner account. Let me see if I can find it for everybody. 100% different. 100% different. Not much. I gotta tell you, I'm not interested in much. It's just because it's two big some bitches going at it. They don't have that anymore. Not much. I gotta tell you. Go for it. I'm not interested in much. It's just because it's two big some bitches going at it. Maybe. Could be. It 100% could be. Going back to that Vince McMahon motto or that Vince McMahon train of thought. They're not. They're not made to look like attractions anymore either. It 100% could be going back to that Vince McMahon model or that Vince McMahon train of thought.
Holy shit! That was a fucking knockout.
Yeah, like he just ripped his head off with that clothesline or that big boot.
Heavyweights aren't almost like
They're not. They're not made to look like attractions anymore either. Sensitive? You know who else blocked me? Now that we're talking about it, 4 years ago, and I'm probably been blocked still. I don't even know. I haven't checked. Matt Cardona. Yeah. Like he just Matt Cardona. And I could play the YouTube short for everybody if you want to see it. And that could explain it a lot better than I can. Sensitive? We're gonna hit pause here on that. Now that we're talking about it, 4 years ago, and I'm probably been blocked still. I don't even know. I haven't checked. Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona. And I could play the YouTube short for everybody if you want to see it.
You got Big Cass, the
That
big
could
guy.
explain it a lot better than I
And
can.
you got Enzo Amore.
Yeah.
And their main thing was
Everybody's soft. So do we want to watch this couple? It's a short. It's about why Matt Cardona blocked me. He's a sensitive little boy.
So, one day, I took the trolling a little bit too far. I tweeted Matt Cardona and told him he hasn't changed his gimmick in 10 years. He then in turn blocked me, and I totally get it. Not crying about that at all. But I'm here to say I'm very proud of him, because now he's doing the best work of his career. And I'm not looking for him to unblock me. I just wanted to say, what took you so long?
So a while
So,
back,
one day,
Matt
I took the
Cardona
trolling a little
posted
bit
a
too
picture.
I tweeted Matt Cardona and told
Of
him he hasn't changed his gimmick
remember
in 10
when
years.
they
He
all
then in
won?
turn blocked me, and I
They
totally
took that
get it.
picture
Not
of
crying about that at all. But
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform made for anyone with an idea and a drive to bring it to life. Describe what you want and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction. From tools built for one to platforms just by thinking about it.
And Matt Cardona
Meet Base
posted
44, a complete AI creation platform made for anyone with an idea.
So I
and a drive
comment
to
to
bring
him.
it to
I
life.
say, it's a shame,
Describe
like
what you
nothing
want
else has changed.
and
You haven't
watch
really
it take
changed your
shape.
gimmick.
You can
You know
plan,
what I mean? You're still doing,
customize,
even
and
now that you're on the
expand
indies.
in any
You know what I
direction.
mean? I'm like,
From tools built for one
you're not
to platforms
changed
just
at
by
all.
thinking
You're
about
still
it.
doing the LI thing. You're still doing the woo woo
A complete
woo.
AI creation
I'm like,
platform
now
made for
that you're on the
anyone with an
indies and you're
idea.
doing the King of the Deathmatch stuff, just because you put a fucking flannel shirt on paying homage to Mick Foley and you change your music and you break a couple light bulbs in a match, that's not change. You're still coming out doing the woo woo woo. Like that's very corny. I've never liked his wrestling work. I've always respected him because he made a name for himself and he got himself over and he was a good worker, but his wrestling personality was corny.
is that a good example of
Break a couple light bulbs in a match.
successfully?
It's not being corny.
No, going
That's
from
very corny. I've never liked his
WWE
wrestling
or
work.
anywhere that's
I've
like
always
top tier,
respected him because he made a
going
name
to
for
the
himself
indies,
and he got himself
reinventing
over and
themselves,
he was a good worker,
becoming
but massive. His wrestling personality was corny. Do I have any good examples?
would you put Drew McIntyre in that category?
100%. Being corny? 100%. I actually used to watch his stuff when he was in like JWC or something like that, or IWC wrestling. I know he was in WJCP. Wait, no. What? 100%. Culture Pro Wrestling, WCPW. He was doing a bunch of that, but it was all over like England and stuff. That's when he started like reinventing himself. And then he went to TNA, and then he went back on the Indies, and then he went back to WWE where he became massive.
Yeah,
Like massive, but he put the work in. He put the work in.
exactly. How many titles did you?
Culture Pro Wrestling, two or three. He was doing a bunch of that, but it was all over like England and stuff. That's on the Indies a couple times, but he ain't never gonna be world champion. He'll never be world champion. If he would have, now I like everything he does outside the ring. I like everything he does outside the ring. I like the wrestling podcast he does with the figures. You know what I mean? I'm happy that he's very successful in life that way. But when it comes to like his wrestling character, I just never could relate to it. He's like a man child. That's not cool to me. You know what I mean? It's just it is what it is. I like everything he does outside the ring. I like the wrestling podcast he does with the figures. You know what I mean? I'm happy that he's very successful in life that way. But when it definitely getting old. Wrestling character, I just never could relate to it. Maybe they're just getting soft. That's not cool to me. You know what I mean? It's just it is what it is.
Viewership. Look at the viewership.
It's going down.
Now,
Because it's starting to translate on TV. They have no plan. Maybe they're just getting soft.
where did it go wrong? Triple H's NXT Black and Gold viewership.
NXT 2.0 is where it went wrong.
Look at the viewership.
That's exactly where it went wrong.
Shit.
Huh?
When they started doing the colorful shit.
Yep. Like the tropical tie-dye shit with the palm trees for the set and shit. Every day was Bash at the Beach. Or SummerSlam or some shit.
Yeah. Black and Gold. But
NXT 2.0 is where it went wrong.
before
Wasn't his. That's exactly where it went wrong. Hunter made it, and it became very popular. It became like the alternate.
look how much
With the
Bud
palm
and the
trees for
Plant
the set and shit.
kill across
Every day was Bash at the Beach.
carrying cross had
Or SummerSlam or some shit. And they just squandered it.
It's first thing Vince does. Put him in a helmet. Put him in a warrior suit.
Shave his head, god damn it! It became killed his whole momentum. And he was a fucking monster.
Now, think about Vince's attitude era.
No. He would have let him be him. He might have made some tweaks, but he would have let him be him.
Now, AEW, you 100%.
Shave his head, god damn it! But you ain't getting booked.
So that's
And he
why
was a
it's not
fucking
trans-
monster. Yeah. Like Tony Khan's the reverse of it. He's too focused on what the fans think. Vince wanted he liked the fan input, but they didn't dictate shit to him. You know what I mean? He would swerve them if he wanted to. Like if they were like out there spoiling shit that or guessing stuff that would have spoiled the match coming up, he would have swerved it. He would have totally pivoted and went a different direction. Tony Khan just goes, yeah. Vince wanted, even if it's not best for business. Liked the fan input, but they didn't dictate shit to him. You know what I mean? He would swerve them if he wanted to. Like if they were like out there spoiling shit that or guessing stuff that would have spoiled the match coming up. It's 100% awful. He would have totally pivoted and went a I have Tony Khan just goes AEW, even if it's not best for business. I would say they're too conditioned. Turning it around, maybe in a couple years with solid, like grinding, conditioning, discipline, no more fucking around, like actually trying. I would say 2 years they could probably turn it around and be very close to being number one. Because it's not like he doesn't have the money for the production. The production's good. The production's not like weak. It's the wrestling's fairly good. It's the storylines and some of the shit that they choose to do, and the characters that they decide to push. Like I understand if you want to do the indie shit, have them be like the underneath guys. Yes. Yes. If you want to be on TNT and take that fucking Nitro blueprint, do that. Put the Orange Cassidys and the Jungle Boys and shit. Don't make them your fucking main event. Dude, you dropped the ball with Jade Cargill, Powerhouse Hobbs, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes. Say what you want, he hasn't done much, but Brian Pillman Jr. He's on his way up. You know what I mean? Fucking Danhausen.
Put the Orange Cassidy.
You fumbled Danhausen.
The Jungle Boys and shit. Don't make them your fucking main event. Dude, you dropped the ball with Jade Cargill.
Yeah. Almost the exact same way.
CM Punk.
No.
Cody Rhodes.
They're
say what you
Yep.
want. He hasn't done much,
Yep.
but Brian Pillman
And
Jr. He's on his way
I
up.
do think that they did that on
Fucking
purpose to prove a
Danhausen.
point. Anybody who comes
100%.
out of a box is over.
100%.
It's true. It's true.
Think Punk
I
had a
mean,
hand in that?
nepotism played a role, people. Let's not get it
Almost the
twisted. He's
exact
friends with
same way.
CM Punk and Cody Rhodes,
No.
and they have a lot of
They're-
pull in
they're-
that company, so
Yeah.
he was coming regardless.
And I do
that
think
match,
that they did that on
I don't think he
purpose
will.
to prove
No.
a point.
He'll be like a
Anybody
comedy
who comes
actor, and
out
if
of a
he
box
does, he'll
is
be like
over.
in the light heavyweight, or he'll get like
It's true.
stomped out, and somebody will have to
mean,
come to his defense or
nepotism played a
something.
role,
Because
people.
again,
Let's not get it twisted.
he's
friends
another
with CM
character
Punk
you don't
and
see.
Cody
The
Rhodes.
world
And they
champion
have a lot of pull in that
Danhausen.
company, so
They already started doing the whole
he was coming
Yeah.
regardless.
a lot of shit that us
He's cursing
old school
people and
fans
shit.
hate.
Yeah.
Cursing.
Yeah.
So it
He'll be
happened
like a
in the
comedy
match.
actor. And if he
But
does,
all
he'll be
those
like in the light
matches, he
heavyweight.
cursed.
Yeah.
Or he'll get like
Free.
stomped out, and somebody will have to come to his defense or something. Because again, he's
See?
another character.
See?
You don't
See, I haven't watched it, but I understand that there's a place
Danhausen.
in wrestling for that. And I appreciate shit like that. And I don't hate Danhausen. I just don't
Cursing
like.
people and shit.
It was like the Orange Cassidy effect. They were pushing this guy ironically because they know he's not the norm. He's not the fucking the big guy. You know what I mean? So they liked him ironically. Nobody likes that shit where he puts his hands in his pocket and softly kicks and pretends to not care.
Wrestling for
It's
that.
funny once
And
in a
I
while.
appreciate
It's funny
shit like that.
once.
I don't hate Danhausen.
It's funny once.
It was like the
Not even once in a while. It's funny once.
they were pushing this guy.
And then what can you do?
And then
Because they
what?
know he's
And
not.
what's
I always
fucked
say,
up?
and
Not
then
the
what?
fucking
He can wrestle.
big guy. You know what I mean?
That's
So
the
they
fucked
liked
up
him
part.
Ironically.
And he chooses to do
Nobody
that.
likes that shit where he puts his hands in his pocket and softly kicks.
That's
and
what he's going to be
pretends
remembered
not
for.
care.
Pockets. That's what Jim Cornette calls them.
It's
Pockets.
funny once. It's funny once.
And he can
Circle
wrestle.
that
Not
all the
even
way
once
back
in a
around.
while. It's funny once. And then what can you do?
Yeah.
And what's fucked up?
Yeah.
He can wrestle.
almost, in a weird
That's
way,
the fucked up
passed
part.
that torch.
And he chooses to do that.
Yep.
And it was the golden truth.
Golden Truth. Because Booker T was more of an equal tag team partner. Our Truth was more like a comedy man. You know what I mean? Like he was mentoring him with like the comedy stuff.
Plus side was
Yeah.
go.
He can
Yeah.
go.
He can go.
Even better in AEW.
At his age.
Yeah.
His big
Yep.
fucking age.
Yeah.
Golden Truth.
Doing Canadian Destroyers off
Booker
the
T was
apron
more
through
of
tables and shit.
an equal tag
Like
team
he
partner. Our Truth
definitely,
was more
dude, he
like
can
a
go.
comedy
He's
man.
a
You know what I
fucking
mean?
great
Like, he was
wrestler, and
mentoring him with, like, the
I will
comedy
argue he's probably putting in his best work in AEW. His best work is in AEW,
go.
I'd have to say.
Even better in
Crazy.
AEW.
Think about that.
Yeah.
See him at his age. You see what he's
Yeah.
done.
Doing Canadian
Still
Destroyers
Monster.
off the apron through tables and shit. Like he
What would Austin be doing?
definitely, dude, he can go. He's a fucking great wrestler, and I will
What would
argue
Triple H be
he's probably putting in his best work in AEW.
Oh, he'd be running
Best work is
fucking
in
rampant.
AEW, I'd have to say.
But if Vince sold, would he?
Think about that. See him at his age.
If Vince wasn't in control, would he? They might have fucking fired him quick.
Definitely, dude, he can go. He's a fucking great wrestler, and I will argue he's
Oh,
probably
it's super
putting in
sad.
his best work in AEW.
It's super sad.
Oh,
Because
he'd
you
be
got
running
examples
fucking
of it.
rampant.
Like how they say in
But
hip-hop,
if Vince sold, would he?
have the tenure in order to
If
be
Vince
able to
wasn't in
see
control,
what
would he?
does
They might have fucking fired
fucking
him
45, 50-year-old Jay-Z
quick.
look like.
Yeah.
We see it now.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, you see the wrestlers.
Oh, it's super sad. It's super sad.
Would they be putting in that best work of their career?
And who would be the best?
Tenure.
I would say Owen would have had a great run.
They might have fucking fired him.
45, 50
Eddie, he had a couple more years left, but he was winding down.
see it now.
But he was having a great run.
Yeah. You see the wrestlers.
I mean, Pillman.
Would they?
I mean, there's
I
so
never
many I
really
could
watched
list.
film work. Everything that I've ever heard about.
It's WCW.
Best.
Not only that,
I would say
but how
Owen
he
would have had a great run.
or like a work shoot.
Yeah.
He had a
So
couple
that's
more
like
years left, but he was
big
winding
Buffalo.
down. But he was having a great
He
run.
just made them all think he was crazy because he hated WCW.
Pillman.
So he wanted to fucking. He was making like a shoot. He was making like a work on TV that he was going crazy. But it was a shoot because he was really trying to get the fuck out of his contract.
Yeah.
So he got brought over to WWE, and then I think he had an injury, and then he was sidelined, and then it wasn't drugs that killed him. I think it was like a heart attack or something, or a valve in his heart, or a blood clot or something.
Work on TV that
But yeah,
he was going crazy. But it was a shoot because he was really trying to get the fuck out of
you're
his
great.
contract.
Please unblock
So
me.
he got brought over to WWE, and then I think he had.
We would love to interview you.
And then he was sidelined, and
People
then
that watched you
it wasn't drugs that killed him. I think it was like
realize
a heart
what
attack or
you
something, or a valve.
Oh my God,
things can't be
Blood clot or something.
obvious to us.
ahead of his time.
Ahead of
Look at the trans movement and the LGBT stuff, and you know whatever with the politics, whatever you think, whatever. That was so ahead of its time and groundbreaking for him to come out in the wig with the smoking hot wife smoking a cigar.
Oh my God.
And you can't. He's kind of androgynous. You can't tell if he's gay or if he's like a woman or a man. And the way he played it, where he would like rub himself and yeah,
That was so ahead of its time
like
and groundbreaking.
that was
For
fucking
him to come
And
out
that
in the
was
wig
what, mid 90s?
with the smoking
like
hot
93,
wife,
94.
smoking a cigar, and you can't. He's kind of androgynous. You can't tell
Yeah.
if he's gay or. If
And
he's
he was like I had it now.
woman or a
If he was
man.
wrestling like he is
The way he
now,
played it, where he would
back
like,
then,
rub himself. And,
oh my God,
yeah.
Goldust would have been untouchable.
Like
And they probably would have put
that
the
was
title on him for
fucking.
sure, because people fucking hated him.
Like
He got
93,
so much heat
94?
for that shit, dude. Like so much heat. People wanted to kill him. And he was like, I had
I
it.
read
Now,
the story.
if he was wrestling like he is now,
Became a face.
back then, oh my God.
He
Yeah,
was willing to go that
he was,
fucking
yeah,
far.
And it's
that weird, like that weird and that crazy and that committed to the character.
he got so much.
Like he is Goldust. Like I like him as Dustin Rhodes as well, but that he's Goldust. He will forever be Goldust. I will never forget the name. Goldust. Because he's great.
He was, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I wish he would unblock me because I don't know what I did to get blocked, and I thought I would bring that up to maybe get some attention to it.
Like he is Goldust.
Yeah,
Like I
do.
like him. As
He's one of the few I actually do think he runs his
he's
account.
Goldust. He will forever be Goldust.
You know who else might
I will
run their
never forget
account?
the name.
Liv Morgan. And I think she might be a little embarrassed
You know what I mean? And I wish he
because
would
she
unblock me,
got
but I don't know what I did
arrested.
to get blocked.
I think you might have the arrest footage.
Get some attention to it.
I have the aftermath footage where
He's one
the
of the few
cops
I
who
actually
arrested
do
her are kind of making fun of her.
Yeah.
You know who
And
else
not
might
for
run their
nothing,
account?
the stuff that they're going through, it does kind of make her. I'll give her credit. It's I've done this before when I was younger. You visualize your goals and you write them down and you put them in a keeper or whatever. That's what the cops were going through when they arrested her. After she was already in custody, they were going through her belongings. They found like a legend planner.
And not for
And
nothing.
the stuff that they were naming off makes her sound like she's very
I'll give her credit.
childlike with like the way she looks at stuff, but very adult with the goals that she has for herself, and it's respectable. And
I lost that.
After she was already in custody, they were going.
I'm sorry,
Kind of lost that.
They found like
what kind of loss?
We kind of lost that.
Oh yeah, 100%. We lost that.
naming off makes her sound like she's very
Yeah,
childlike
Have these goals.
with like the way she looks at stuff, but very adult.
oh dude, she's Liv Morgan, 100%. And I think we now that you brought it to my attention, we're actually fairly close to where she is,
What kind of loss?
which is cool. So it'd be cool to see her like
yeah,
Publix
100%.
one day or something.
We lost that.
Still Florida.
Goro. You
But
probably.
the IRS bothering to
Oh,
Bray
dude,
Wyatt.
Liv Morgan, 100%. Just for the record, I wasn't gonna say the exact town. I was just saying we live close because
We're
that's
not talking.
right. That's an act that I'm not trying to dox anybody.
You said
And they say where she gets arrested anyway.
You probably.
So you got the arrest footage? All right, hold on. I'm gonna bring it up on my screen. Bam.
Just for the record, I
There
wasn't
you go,
going to
everybody.
say the exact town. I was just saying we live close, because that's right. That's an act. I'm not trying to dox anybody.
and they say where she gets arrested anyway.
You probably.
So you got the arrest footage? All right.
Not
I'm
quite
gonna
sure
bring it
where
up on
the
my screen.
chat is.
Bam.
Just for the record, I
There
wasn't
you go,
going to
everybody.
say the exact town. I was just saying we live close, because that's right. That's an act. I'm not trying to dox anybody.
He doesn't know who paid the visit.
It's just complete strangers in my car.
Strangers paid.
There's a complete strangers vape in my car.
Not quite sure where the chat is.
There you go, everybody.
He doesn't know who paid.
It's just complete strangers in my car. It's even a pretty mugshot.
There's a complete strangers vape in my car.
Like, if you look that good, just getting caught off guard, you're doing all right in life. You know, you're doing all right. She'll be okay, everybody. She got arrested for pot. I think she'll survive with her millions of dollars. It's just complete strangers in my car. It's even a pretty mugshot.
There's a complete strangers vape in my car.
Like, if you look that good, just getting caught off guard, you're doing all right in life. You know, you're doing all right. She'll be okay, everybody. She got arrested for pot. I think she'll survive with her millions of dollars. Now, I still can't exactly hear your camera, but I know that they're clowning her in this clip.
100%. 100% clowning her as they can. Because there's a,
She'll be okay, everybody.
kind of hear him now. His car's going by, so that means that they're getting arrested.
Yeah.
Now I still can't exactly hear your camera.
I think she was targeted.
Yeah.
But I know that they're clowning her in this clip. Now, does your clip have the added clip of them going through her stuff?
I want to say yes. This is a 26, 27 minute clip.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
possibly.
They probably have that.
I mean, we don't have to watch the entire thing.
I was say I have the abridged version of them going through her stuff.
Have the added clip of them going through her stuff?
I want to say yes. This page of interest where Lily's telling everybody
Oh my God.
shit. So knowing that the outcome.
They probably have. You're going to jail.
I was say I have
So now this is them after she's in custody going through her stuff.
Legend planner. Buy many houses, transition into Hollywood, Oscar Award winner, WWE Hall of Fame. We have.
Now right there, I just paused it real quick. Right there. Buy lots of houses, transition to Hollywood, become Oscar winner, WWE Hall of Fame. What does that sound like?
Legend planner. Buy many houses,
That sounds like
transition
your
into
child.
Hollywood, Oscar
Yeah.
Award winner,
Like when your child puts what they're going to be
Hall
when
of
they
Fame.
grow
We
up.
have.
Now right there, I just paused it real quick. Right there.
Slash.
Buy lots of
goal
houses,
motivations.
transition to Hollywood,
thing is,
become
she read it.
Oscar winner. Right. WWE Hall. When did she write it? And if she wrote it when she was younger, good for her because she stuck to her guns.
That
sounds like your
Yeah.
child.
Or did she get to WWE and then realize, hey, I really can do whatever the fuck I want if I put my mind to it. And now she's like, I'm going to own tons of houses and I'm going to become a Hollywood actress.
Exactly.
Liv Morgan, let us know.
When did she write
But
it? And if she
we're
wrote
going
it
to
when
hit play
she
again.
was
Have to ask her if she's into wrestling. Multiple
cops always have
time
to ask her if she's into
WWE
wrestling.
champion,
Or did
widely
she want to be a
successful
multiple-
podcast, home.
Oh, you better back off, Liv. I'm not trying to come in there and become multiple-time WWE champion. Don't come in here and try to become a highly successful podcast because this is our first episode together and we're trying to be a highly successful podcast. And if we gotta lay the smack down on you,
if she's into
we're
wrestling.
gonna.
multiple-time WWE champion.
We're gonna. So don't mess around.
In another country, voice-over work.
She wants
To be happy, stay healthy.
I wonder if she can be voicing it. Like,
I wonder if she made it to the WWE or...
Something.
Interesting.
There was a check for $7,000 something.
Oh, I'm pausing it again. There you go. The cop just said, "Oh, there's a check in there for $7,000 something."
Country,
So everybody now you know,
work.
either weekly or
happy,
bi-weekly,
stay
they're
healthy.
getting $7,000 for their paychecks.
I wonder if she made it to the WWE or...
Something.
Another reason why I laugh.
Interesting.
There was a check for $7,000 something.
Oh, so she may do some wrestling work.
Oh, so she may do
The
some
name
wrestling
doesn't
work. She
sound
got her
familiar,
wrestling
though.
gear right in the back seat, it looks like. She's got workout shoes,
Well,
Oh,
a
yeah.
bottle of water. So maybe she is telling the truth because there's a bottle of water back
Holy
there. So maybe she
let
has
me
friends
see.
back there.
She got a little
Oh,
wrestler
shit.
card?
She's got a wrestler card now.
Holy shit, I know who
Holy
she
shit,
is.
that cop
Really?
says. I know who she is.
Oh, so she may do some wrestling work. Liv Morgan. The name
Well, like
doesn't
I
sound
said,
familiar,
I
though.
just paused it again after he said Liv Morgan. Like I was telling you earlier when we were talking about it, like that face card is mint on package, like mint on card.
Holy shit, let me see. She got a little wrestler card?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I know who she is.
That cop says.
Oh,
I know who she is. Yeah.
Oh, so she may do some wrestling work.
Would you though?
The name
Well, like
doesn't
I
sound
said,
familiar,
I
though.
just paused it again after. Who, the cop? Morgan. Yeah. Like I was telling you
I
earlier
do
when
too.
we were talking about it. Like
I never heard of it.
Well, I'll be damned.
well, I'll be damned.
Welcome to Sumter County.
Welcome to
Right.
Sumter County.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's
I didn't-
crazy.
That is crazy. You guys have a bona fide celebrity in your backseat. So that was my tidbits for calling all marks. Who, the cop? Yeah. I can end that segment and go to the next.
Well, I'll be damned.
But I don't think I'm going
Welcome
to
Sumter
today.
County.
I think we're just gonna do
Right.
calling all marks only because
Crazy.
I didn't. That is crazy.
Let's run one more.
That's crazy.
We're having fun.
Well, let's see if I can set the camera up. I'm gonna have to set the cameras up. So that was my tidbits for calling all marks. I didn't set up your cameras on the other segments yet because we're still trying to set up the initial stream. But I don't think I'm going to today. I think we're just gonna do calling all marks only because. Huh? I didn't. Yeah, we can talk about topic, but I'm gonna set it. I'll set it up real quick. Well, let's see if I can. See if we can get it. Set the camera up. I'm gonna have to set the cameras up. Very strange. I didn't set up your cameras on the other segments yet because we're still trying to set up the initial stream. Report. But I don't think I'm going to today. I think we're just gonna do calling all marks. Right. Huh? I didn't. Yeah, we can talk about browser. Topic, but I'm gonna set it was browser to get your camera, right? See if we can get it. I'm gonna have to set the camera up. Very strange. Yeah. I didn't set up your cameras on the other segments yet because we're still trying to set up. We'll go to Video Ninja to get the link. Right. Copy the link. Yeah, was it browser? It was browser to get your camera, right? We're still new at this, people, so please bear with us. Hey, Video Ninja to get the link. Things are strange when you're a stranger. Very good. Don't copyright us. We're still new at this, people. Alrighty, so I got one more to set up. That would be window capture. Hey. Things are strange when you're a stranger. Very good. Don't copyright us. We're still new at this, people. Alrighty, so I got one more to set up. Okay, that would be. I think we're set up there. So now we're gonna get out of the control room. We're going. Things are strange. All right, everybody. We got a couple long form videos, or we can get some shorter ones. I got about a couple 5-minute videos. I think we're set up there. I have. So now, I'm gonna get out of the. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Officers discovered the decomposing body of Eric Valencia, 37, in the back seat of a black and white police car parked outside of the station days after he was released from custody.
We got a couple long form videos.
And I read a little into the story. It turns out he was in a car that was like decommissioned or not being used, so no one's gonna check him. So clearly that was intentional to put him in that car that he was in.
Officers discovered the decomposing body of Eric Valencia, 37,
Right.
in the back.
Because he was already released from custody. So how did he get murdered or killed?
It turns out he was in a car that was like decommissioned.
And who did he piss off? Clearly somebody in the police station. But was he
So no one's gonna check.
dead when he was?
So clearly that was intentional.
Was he dead before he was put in the car, or was he killed in the car from being in the car?
Right.
By himself? Was he locked in there? Like, there's definitely some strange things afloat.
How did he get murdered or killed?
Definitely not. Yeah. DNA.
And who did he piss off? Clearly somebody in the police station. But was he dead when he was? Was he dead before he was put in the car? Or
Perfect
was he killed
alibi.
in the car from being in the car? By himself? Was he locked in there?
Yeah, out of service
Like, there's
patrol
definitely
car
some
parked in
strange
front
things
of the
afloat.
Azusa police station in California.
Definitely not. Yeah.
How ridiculous is that?
DNA.
No cameras. Not that I saw.
Yeah.
No
Perfect
cameras.
alibi.
I don't think that it captured that. That's only capturing.
Yeah, out of service patrol car parked in front of the Azusa police station
I
in
don't
California.
like this one. I think I might have to run that whole story back.
No cameras. Not that I saw.
Because I didn't have it on screen. Well, this is the screenshot I was looking at when I read it to you people. I didn't show the video, so I'll have to show the video again, but I'll mute it because we already played it. So this is the vehicle that they found him in front of. Look how close he is to the police station. It's not like he's in the back in an impound lot. He's literally parked in front of the police station. In the fucking backseat of the car.
This is the screenshot I was.
You know how many cops walk past that every day? Every cop. Every cop in that station walks by it.
So this is the vehicle that they found.
So who put him there?
Look how close he is to
California
the police
Heat?
station.
Was
It's
it
not
foul
like he's in the
play?
back in an impound lot.
That's how they found him. He was smelling.
He's literally parked
The body
in
was
front of the
smelling.
police station. In the fucking backseat of the
And
car.
nobody notices. And look how many people are there now.
Walk past that every day? Every cop.
Now I don't remember what he
Every
was
cop in
arrested
that station
for.
walks by it.
I'm not
So who put
gonna
him there?
pretend to be some sort of Pulitzer Prize winning journalist
Foul play?
and say that I looked further into that story.
That's how they found him. He was smelling.
I just know
The body was
what
smelling.
I'm seeing here on the Unlimited L's
And nobody
Twitter
notices.
account
Look how many people
or
are there
X
now.
account. So if anybody out there who's watching this knows about this story, please let us know in the comments what that's about.
Pretend to be some sort of
I have another
prize-winning journalist
video that's a little strange.
further into that story.
Blind
If you're
item that
curious.
has
Know what I'm seeing here on the.
It's about some dark shit that goes on in Hollywood with kids and producers.
So if anybody out there who's watching,
Not a casting. Well, kinda. Do you remember Amanda Bynes?
what that's about.
From All That and
I have another.
was it She's the Man, I believe?
blind item that has
But it was All That she was in, the Amanda show and all that.
Dark shit that
Yeah.
goes on in Hollywood.
Well, there was a guy named Dan Schneider. You ever see the movie Quiet on Set? Where they talk about all the abuse that goes on in Hollywood with these kids?
Do you remember Amanda Bynes?
I kind of didn't want to ruin my childhood,
From
but I watched it.
All That.
Oh, it'll ruin your childhood.
Exactly.
Poor Drake Bell.
She's the Man,
Remember
I
Drake and Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah, poor kid.
blind item that has
Poor kid. No,
It was
he
All
just
That
got.
that she was in the Amanda show and all that.
I'm not gonna say it because they'll like
Well,
demonetize
there was a
you
guy
or
named Dan
ban you or
Schneider.
whatever.
You ever see the movie
But
Quiet on
yeah,
Set?
he was great.
Where they talk about all the abuse that goes on in Hollywood.
Tied to a radiator and graped by a bunch of movie producers, tons of movie producers,
ruin your
or
childhood.
TV shows. Oh
Poor
yeah,
Drake Bell. Remember Drake
and then
Josh?
one main guy.
Yeah, poor kid.
It was a movie.
Poor kid. No, he just got.
Back in the day.
I'm not gonna say it because they'll like demonetize you or ban you or whatever. But yeah, he was great.
A bunch of popular actors that
Tied to a radiator and great
male actors.
by a bunch of movie
Yeah.
producers, tons of movie producers or TV shows. Oh yeah,
Really?
and then one main guy.
Majority of the boys that were in that movie.
Oh, probably. I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, Stand By Me?
Not Stand By Me. Unless you're
Goonies.
never heard of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look it up. Let me see.
Monster Squad?
I don't know.
Really?
I think I saw something recently about that kid on the set of Monster Squad.
Like 7 or 8 of them.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
identifiable
probably.
actors that we know
I
to
wouldn't
this
doubt it.
day.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Just like a
Oh,
certain
Stand
set of
By Me?
files that, you know,
Goonies.
supposedly half of Hollywood isn't in. But this story I found was
Monster
pretty
Squad?
strange.
I think I
Amanda,
saw
it's pretty
something
sick
recently
actually.
about that
Pretty.
kid
I
on
don't
the
know if
set of
we
Monster
should
Squad.
really get to. I don't even know if I should play the video, but I will get into it and say that she exposes
Oh,
Dan
I bet.
Schneider for
Just
allegedly
well, just like a
impregnating
certain
her at
set of
13
files
and accuses John Travolta of sexually assaulting her from a
supposedly
secret account,
half of Hollywood isn't in.
What?
a secret Twitter account.
But this story I
John
found was
Travolta
pretty
supposedly
strange.
secretly sexually assaulted
Amanda, it's
her
pretty sick actually. Pretty. I don't
through
know if
the
we
internet,
should really get to. I don't even know if I should
which
play
is,
the
I
video,
think, bullshit.
but I will get into
Another
it.
She could have
person,
kept it as a
That
Dan
she
Schneider thing.
exposes Dan Schneider for allegedly
yeah,
impregnating her at
Add shit
13
like that in there.
and
You might
yeah,
accuses
as
John
well
Travolta of
kind of
sexually
discredit
assaulting her
entirely.
from a secret account. Half of Hollywood isn't in. A secret Twitter
But
account. But this story I
John
found was
Travolta
pretty
supposedly
strange.
secretly. We're supposed to
Sexually
believe
assaulting her.
the victims and we're supposed to
Through
believe
the
the
internet.
women. Believe all
Which
women.
is, I
Yeah,
think,
no.
bullshit. But I will
start
get
throwing
into
around.
Another
it.
She could
person.
have kept it as a
That
Dan
she
Schneider thing.
exposes Dan
Versus
Schneider for allegedly
Yeah,
impregnating her at
burner
13
account, Twitter.
and
yeah.
John Travolta of sexually
BS.
assaulting her
The entire account. We won't do that.
a secret Twitter
But
account.
We can watch a 1 minute video
We're supposed to
about
believe the
a
victims and
journalist
we're supposed
that
to believe the
reveals
women.
why
Believe all
satanic
women.
predator
Yeah,
class takes
no.
so much pleasure in
Another
abusing
person.
children. I find shit like that very strange. Or we could watch
burner account, Twitter.
what seems to
BS.
be in Arkansas 5 shooting a bottle rocket out of her ass.
We can watch a 1 minute video
Alrighty.
about
We'll
a
run that
journalist
back.
that reveals why satanic predator class takes so much pleasure in abusing children. I find shit like that very strange.
Oh, oh my God, oh my God.
Seems to be
Let's run that back.
in Arkansas 5
Now,
shooting a bottle rocket out of her ass.
watch this. I'm slowing it down. Other one shoots off fire on her friend. Now watch this one.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Her, oh my God. Oh my, you know how hot that is?
Now,
Not hot as in like sexual, but like temperature wise? That's third-degree burn. And now watch, boom.
slowing it down.
Hold on. Oh yeah. Where is it?
Shoots off fire on
Oh
her.
yeah. Boom.
Now watch this one.
One more again. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
She'll be lucky if she has
Oh
a
my.
face.
You know how hot that is? Not hot as in like sexual.
She will be
but,
lucky
like,
if she has a
temperature-wise.
face.
That's third-degree burn. And now watch. Boom.
And all it says is,
Hold
fuck,
on.
yo.
Oh yeah. Where is it?
Cocaine's a hell of a
Oh
drug.
yeah.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Boom. One more again.
I would say alcohol.
Oh my God. She'll be lucky if she has a face.
Meth? Probably a little bit of meth.
She will be lucky if she has
Probably a
a
little bit of
face.
meth.
That's third-degree burn. And now watch.
Burn
Boom.
touch. Look at it.
And all it says is
Oh,
fuck
100%.
yo.
I have, it's not so much as
Cocaine is
strange,
a hell of a
but I
drug.
have something that's kind of hilarious that I found was funny.
Okay.
I would say alcohol.
Are you familiar with something called
Meth?
a YN?
Probably a little bit of meth.
I'm
Probably a little bit
familiar
of
with
meth.
something called Hawaiian.
A YN. I was introduced to YNs through the internet
I
because
have
I'm old. I don't know all this
it's
lingo.
not so much as
We were once
strange,
hip at one
but I have
time.
something that's kind of
Freshman
hilarious that I found was funny.
What is Yee?
Are you
Yee.
familiar
Is that
with
did
something
Yeezy change
called
his name again? Ye changed
No.
his name.
YN?
But we were once young, wild, and free at one
YN.
point. We were
I
there.
was introduced
We can
to
attest for each
YN
other.
through the internet
We
because
can
I'm old.
definitely.
I don't know all this lingo.
Yeah.
We were once hip
But
at one time.
supposedly, let's meet Howard.
Howard.
Is supposedly the
Here
first
knows you. Your own people here know.
That's right. Howard.
Howard. You would not think of a YN
We were once
from
young, wild, and
internet
free.
definition of a YN.
We were there.
you would not think of a Howard of being over the YN. But Howard is in fact the first YN in history.
But
And this looks to be late 50s, early 60s, maybe mid 60s.
supposedly the
And we have a gentleman being detained by the police. But
you would not think of a
his
YN.
name is Howard.
From internet.
Knows you and chased you, Howard.
Ain't nobody chase me, nigga. You crazy.
Howard is in fact the first YN in history.
Right off the rip, he's not wasting no time. No, not Howard. That's classic Howard right there. He gets right to the point. Let's see what else Howard has to say.
Fool. Nobody chase me,
And
nigga.
what's
You
crazy is back then, right, they were doing this, and that's how they do shit now. They'll zoom in on the face to make him look all angry and the big scary guy. You know what I mean? I don't find him to be very scary. I find him to be hilarious. But again, that's just because of how we grew up.
Hey, put my jacket on, man. It's cold out here.
Or
do I get that favor?
He's holding on to his remaining bit of cool while he's still in handcuffs. You know what I mean? He's gonna be, hey player, put my jacket on me, dog. You know what I mean?
Do what? Can I get a favor?
You got it. You got it on. Trying to get a favor from the police. Now watch.
Hey, put my jacket on, man. It's cold out here.
This is the part where the real. I would imagine with the real YN energy comes.
Say, man, I'm killing you when I get out. You and your little punk brothers and that nigga there. And you don't believe you don't believe it, then I'll do something to you. Ass little sissy ass cousin or brother, whatever he is. He ain't nothing but a punk himself. You run into my car, you can stop and talk.
With the real YN energy comes. Definitely no switches. Yeah. Yeah.
Say, man, I'm killing you when I get out. You and your little punk brothers and that nigga there. And you don't
They
believe
might have
you don't believe it, then I'll
had
do something to you. Ass little sissy ass cousin or brother,
machine
whatever.
guns.
He ain't nothing but a punk
In the
himself.
60s, I think maybe Tommy guns were still a thing. Maybe Uzis. I don't know. What was big? Maybe AR. No, I don't think AR. Probably AKs. Mac 10s maybe. I definitely don't think they had switches. But Howard definitely had whatever they had back then. Anything they had that was high tech, Howard had it. Oh my goodness. He goes right into, I'm gonna kill you when I get out, and I'm gonna kill your bitch made brother. Then he asks the cop for a favor to put his jacket on. And now let's see what else Howard has to say.
Hey, that's right, nigga. I got the handcuffs on too.
And he still sounds like he wants to square up.
Baby. Bitch raised mother.
In my car, I'd have shot you. Hit it, right? Your own people here knows you and chased you.
And of
Your own
course,
people.
the cops back then, I would believe him.
Hey, that's right, nigga. I got the handcuffs on too.
The police did not like Howards back then. Them YN. They named him.
In my car, I'd have shot you.
I found Howard to be hilarious.
Your own people here knows
I
you
wish
and
I
chased
had
you.
100 hours of Howard. I would like to see a Howard TV show. A Howard TV show. I want to see Howard Begins. Oh my God. Oh my God. Do you think they've already spoofed it and we just didn't catch the reference? I wish I had 100 hours of Howard. I would like to see a Howard TV show. Young Grandpa? A Howard TV show. I want to see
Young
Howard
Granddad?
Begins.
There was a character on the Boondocks.
Oh my God.
Not Stink Meaner.
Oh my God. No, he was angry, but he was blind.
It was Stink Meaner.
Do you think they was blind? And we just didn't catch the reference? Oh, back in the day, because they did show flashbacks.
Yes.
Before he was blind, he was like in the army. I think he was in the army, right? I believe Stink Meaner was in the army.
I think he was.
Yeah.
Granddad.
Yeah, with Granddad.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's a show we gotta go back and watch.
Yeah.
Remember getting out of work after third shift, going back to your house and watching that shit, smoking and shit? Making songs. Oh, back in the day, because they did show flashbacks.
Before he was blind, was like in the army. I think he was in the army,
Very
right?
good times.
I believe Stink Mater was in the army.
Let's see. I think I might have one more
with Granddad.
thing
Yeah.
for Things Are Strange.
Oh, dude, that's a show
We got Flat Earth versus Globe.
Remember getting out of work?
Got something about 9/11.
Going back to your house and watching that shit, smoking and shit.
It's just a video showing the buildings falling down. Trying to see if I can find a really good one.
Very good times.
For Things Are Strange. I got a funny one for Things Are Strange, because this is definitely strange, if you ask me.
We got Flat Earth versus
Can you see this on your screen?
Got something about 9/11.
Look at the father's face. Let's full screen this. It's just a video. Sad music. Playback speed. Now you think gender reveal. Oh, they're having a baby in their older age. It's a girl. Pink. See the father, he's just chugging along. He's just holding on. And then out pops this young lady. Now you think gender reveal. Oh, they're having a baby in there. Yeah, they're all happy. He definitely looks like the mother. Yeah, he's like, alright, I'm gonna probably shoot myself in the garage. Watch the face. Watch the face. The face of, oh my god. This is my life. I feel for this man. I sure as hell hope not. I sure as hell hope not. That's the right there is the face of a broken man. That's a broken man. I'm sure he still loves his child. But that is a broken man. I feel for this man. That's terrible. Oh, they'll euthanize you. They'll euthanize you. Right there is the face of a broken man. I wouldn't call that poor fella a clown. But I bet you he's definitely just trying to do the best he can. Because how do you deal with something like that? Obviously love them. But, well, I don't know if we want to get into that quite yet in this. Yeah.
I wouldn't call that poor fella a clown.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Yes.
I
So
bet
we'll
you
get
he's
into,
definitely just trying to do
nope.
the best he can. Because how do you deal with something like that? Obviously love them.
Okay, how about this? What's the difference between a constitutional republic and a democracy?
I don't know if we want to get into that.
A democracy is a political system in which the people periodically, by majority vote at the polls, select their rulers. The rulers then have absolute power to make whatever laws they please by majority vote among themselves. In a constitutional republic, the people also, by majority vote at the polls, select rulers, who make laws by majority vote among themselves. But the rulers cannot make any laws they please because the Constitution severely restricts their lawmaking power. The ideal of a democracy is universal equality. The ideal of a constitutional republic is individual liberty. In this century, great strides have been made toward the goal of subverting our republic and transforming it into a democracy.
I think this is too smart for me.
But the rulers cannot make any laws
and I don't think that's what I was thinking it was. We do have some other stuff.
The ideal of a democracy is universal equality.
This stuff's all old.
The ideal of a constitutional republic is individual liberty.
Oh, this is supposedly the limo driver shooting JFK.
See,
You ever seen this
the
one?
air moving.
Oh, you have?
Then
I wonder if
you
the rest of
saw the
our viewers
driver
have seen
take
that.
a gun and go like this.
We can watch
and
this, and
shoot
I think
Kennedy, and the bullet comes out of the gun
JFK?
this slow.
Oh.
Very, very.
How much time do they got?
Supposedly the limo driver
Do
shooting JFK.
we don't have to get.
You ever seen this one?
Air moving.
Oh, you have?
Then
I wonder if
you
the rest
saw
of our
the driver
viewers have seen
take
that.
a gun and go like this.
We can watch this. Woody Harrelson's father.
Kennedy, and the bullet comes out of the gun
JFK?
this slow.
Oh.
Very, very.
How much time do they got? We don't have to get. they, they were going to hijack or use a radio-controlled airplane and say that a fucking commercial airliner was hijacked just to go to war with Cuba. But there's also a ton of other reasons. He was going after the banks. He was going after corruption. He was going after a lot of shit, and he wasn't playing ball with.
They were going to hijack or use a radio-controlled
And he wanted
airplane
to dismantle the CIA,
and say that
which was his biggest no-no.
And it hits Kennedy in the head, and you see everything flying out
But
of
there's
his
also
head.
a ton of other reasons. He was going after
Now, in
the
this
banks.
video, they're gonna
Thinking,
supposedly
this isn't the
show
tape I ever saw
Corruption.
before.
He was going after
him
a
get
lot
his
of
head
shit.
blown
So I
off
said,
by the
is
limo
this
driver.
a doctored tape? What's this about? And he said, this is the original one.
And he wanted to
And I
dismantle
said,
the CIA,
no,
which was his
you know.
biggest
And he
no-no.
says, well, I'm going to show you the one that you've seen on the media. Now, the next tape is your typical one where the driver just keeps driving, never even flinches with the gun. And he stops the tape.
Him get his head blown off by the limo driver.
And he says, look at the tree. What's this about? And there's
And now it
the
makes you
top of
wonder
the
how
tree
long
growing
they've
in
had
air.
AI.
And he says, this is the one that you're seeing on the media. And it's been doctored. He looked very, very
Oh,
intently
I
at
would
me
say
and
at least
said,
30 years
nothing
ahead of
is
us.
as it appears to be.
They've got shit that we won't be seeing till like 2060, at least.
That tape was the last thing he did before I left.
And now it makes you wonder
And it
how
occurred
long
to
they've
me
had
that
AI.
that was shown so that it would provide deniability for Robert Booth Nichols. He had to have
Robert Booth
doctored
Nichols
that
is, I believe,
to
the
have put
limo
half a
driver's
tree
name.
in that
They've got
film.
shit that we won't be
So
seeing.
that, my
The name that she
ability
just said
to
was
see
the
the
limo
truth
driver, Robert Booth
or to report the
Myers, I think she
facts
said.
kind of goes out the window when you start describing that film, especially if you say you believed it. I can tell you right now, I saw it. There's no question what I saw. But
This one
like
they
he
do
said,
show it.
nothing is as it appears to be.
This might not be the one, but I
In
have
this
seen. Oh,
world,
maybe here it is.
their world.
Oh, maybe not.
The name that she
There
just
is a
said,
video
the
where
limo
they
driver,
do
Robert
show
Myers, I think she said.
what looks to be the driver turn around and
Especially if you say you believed it.
yeah.
I can tell you right now, I saw
Yes.
it. There's no question what I saw. But
So that's what I have for Things Are Strange.
nothing is as it appears
I
to
don't
be.
know if I have anything for
But I
Stock
have
as a
seen. Oh,
Human.
maybe here it is.
Their world.
Oh, maybe not.
There is a video where they do show
And I don't
what looks to be
have
the driver
anything for the
turn
feature
around
presentation.
and yeah.
So
Yes.
we'll go back to calling on Mark's screen for now and just bullshit for a bit, I guess.
So that's what I have for Things Are Strange.
Or we can go back and
I
listen
don't
to that
know if I
stream
have
and
anything for Stock as a
study
Human.
it and see what we have to work on.
There is
And
a
then
video
if
where
it's
they do
terrible, we'll
show
just delete it
and
and then actually do
don't
a
have
grand
anything for the feature presentation.
first episode where we like
Yeah.
prep
So we'll go
and
back to
actually have
calling on Mark's
stories.
screen for now and just
You know
bullshit
what I
for a
mean?
bit, I guess.
Because I thought this was good.
Or we can go
I
back
do
and
think that this was
listen
good.
to that stream and
But I have heard
study
that
it and
whenever
see
you
what
go
we have to
back and
work
look
on.
at your first stream after you've done it for a while, you're gonna
And
think it's
if it's
terrible and
terrible, we'll just
cringy.
delete it
So
and actually do a
yeah,
grand
yeah.
first
I think we
episode
might need to get microphones and like audio
and actually have
mixers
stories.
and
You know what I mean?
stuff like that.
Because I
I
thought
think
this was
there's
good.
definitely a
I
few
do
more
think that
things we
this was
need
good.
to
But I
study and
have
learn.
heard
But
that whenever you go
considering
back
where
and
we
look at your
started
first
people
stream after you've
to
done it
where
for a
we're
while,
at,
you're gonna think
we're
it's
actually
terrible and
streaming.
cringy.
We're
So
actually able to show you
yeah,
we did it.
yeah.
We did it.
I think we might need to get microphones
Todd, do you have a Twitter?
and like audio
Why don't you tell the people your Twitter so they can give you a follow?
stuff like that. I think there's definitely a few more things we need to study and learn. But considering where we started, people, to where we're at, we're actually
No, I
streaming.
think you got it
We're
right.
actually able to
Big
show you
T
we did it.
underscore
We did it.
SWAT.
I think we might need to get microphones. Todd, do you have a Twitter?
Pretty sure you got that right.
Why don't you tell the people your Twitter so they can give you a follow? I think there's definitely a few more things we need to study and learn. But considering where we started, people, to where we're at, we're actually
No, I
streaming.
think you got it
We're
right.
actually able to
It
show
is.
you T underscore SWAT.
Oh, you are right.
Todd, do you have a Twitter?
Big
I'm pretty sure
underscore
you got
T
that right.
SWAT
Why don't you tell the people your Twitter
on
so they can
Twitter.
give you a follow?
And I am at calling all marks on Twitter. So if you'd like to give us a follow, if you stumble across this feed, if we keep it up, if it's good enough,
It is.
give us a follow, and maybe you'll stumble upon our new episodes,
You are right. Big
and you'll like
underscore
those.
T SWAT.
because, like I said, this is just our first time, and
I am at calling
exactly.
all marks.
But this was our first time, and how good were you on your first time?
So if you'd like to give us a follow, if you stumble across this feed, if we keep it up, if it's good enough,
probably not good.
Give us a follow, and maybe you'll stumble upon our new episodes.
Think about that before you start
You'll like those
judging us.
Because, like I said, this is just our first
But
time.
we will see you next time, because now that we got the kinks worked out,
but this was our
we're
first
on a
time,
roll.
How good were you on your first time?
So, thank you for watching, if you have, and leave a like, comment, and subscribe.